Hello, my good educators. It's time for a great new gaming break where we talk about, yes, in-school suspension. We talked about this last show. I want to go in depth a little bit. What does it mean when you're in-school suspension? You sit in a room, you do all your assignments, and once you're done with all your assignments for your 8 periods, you wait until the bell rings. And then, if they ask you if you need to go to the bathroom, then you have you have someone from the ISS room walk you to the bathroom. So that you don't skip your in-school suspension. I think, well, I want to go a little bit in depth with this because many people are like saying, getting out of ISS. You sit in a room and you're sitting in a room doing your assignments and you sit in a room doing your assignments and that's it. You're sitting there doing your assignments and you wait for school to be over. So I want to go more in depth with this because there are videos of these people telling their stories about the time they got in school suspension.
Hey guys, sorry I haven't really been posting.
First from this story called Michelangelo Parker. Take a look.
Lately, I've been so caught up in my music that I ain't really had time for videos. And for that, I would like to apologize. Aww. Anywho, yesterday, I had ISS. Yep, for those of you who don't know what ISS is, ISS stands for In-School Suspension, where you sit in a room the entire day, never switching classes, not allowed to speak, not allowed to eat until lunch, no cell phones, and you're told when you can and can't go to the bathroom. And when you do go, you go in a line, twice a day. Kind of like kindergarten, but only for big kids, so like jail. Anywho, one of the rules in ISS is to never talk. This got me in a lot of trouble because communication is literally a major part of living. Let me show you what happened. So I'm sitting in ISS minding my own business. I'm quiet. I'm working. Bless you. Another day. What?
2 days.
But why?
3
But all I said was bless.
days, Mr. Parker. 5
That doesn't count.
6
Michael, stop.
7
That wasn't even me.
8 9
Really? The zipper noise?
10, Mr. Parker. Would you like to try for 11?
No, sir.
11
Tragic.
12
I'm done.
Get out of my class, Mr. Parker.
See what I mean? And that's not even the worst part. The worst part of ISS is that everyone is treated equal. Let me explain why this is so bad. The ISS teacher doesn't get to know what you did to get ISS. All they know is that you got it and you're stuck in there with them all day long. Now keep in mind, right? The whole point of ISS is punishment. So they're not going to be nice. But that means that someone who got ISS for too many tardies gets treated exactly the same as somebody who got 14 days of ISS for beating up the principal. You see how stupid that is? You know what else you can't do? You're not allowed to rest your head on your hands or desk. Which makes sense, kinda. Like if you're supposed to be working, I get it, get your work done first. But if you finished all your work, or even that lunch break, you still have to keep your head up. Which is so stupid because how does me resting my head on my arm affect you? Like I didn't even say you in the sentence. If I finished my work, I've done my part, dude. I've earned it. What are you gonna do? Well, I won't be doing that again. Man, I'm hungry. But lunch is until 1. I know. I'll just work harder to take my mind off of it, and by the time I'm finished, it'll be lunchtime. Finally finished. The bell should be ringing right about now. What?
13 days.
Ain't this about a melody that my baby body put it down? Can't nobody do it better. On point every time a nigga come around. So I'ma give my girl whatever. Written by the man's got her legs looking right. 10 carats in her hand. So she's got me up my tracks like a red light. Can't nobody ever do it better than she can. You don't do it better than my main girl. I don't even know why you can't go.
Some schools make you do that, make you sit down and make you sit down, do your work, and then you get to wait till your lunchtime. I want to introduce you to this next kid named Jack Doherty, who started on his YouTube channel when he was like young, pretty young. He skipped class it all started when he skipped his class while he was in school. And then when he came down to February break months ago, he received in-school suspension. Part of that was then, which was after the video, after that, he decided to film his day in the life of his in-school suspension. So, what had happened was, he said he came up with the game plan to film his in-school suspension and then not get caught. But he apologized to the assistant principal for doing this because of his fans. Your fans don't determine whether or not you can film your in-school suspension or skip school. I'm going to mute this because I don't want copyright infringement happening. So yeah, basically the assistant principal said that his assistant principal said that he got ISS because of his video that he did. It's not just what she has to do, it's because of the administration.
Arranging my in-school suspension. She said that she watched my video and she's like, was it working? I'm like, yeah, it was. It was 1.3 million views. She's really nice, and I'm sorry if you're watching this like that. I'm doing this because she told me specifically not to film this and make a YouTube video out of this, but I promise you guys if the video hit 30,000 likes, I would film it. Sorry to my assistant principal if you're watching this video. I respect you, I really do. She said I promised the fans that I would give it to them. Pray for me, guys. Drop a like right now, drop a comment, because you have no idea how loyal I'm being to you guys for like not breaking the promise I made. And she must have watched the part of the video where I said I'm gonna film my in-school suspension, because the amount of time she specified not to film it like blew my mind, because she just kept on reminding me, don't film it, don't film it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they let us use our school iPad to do work for like other classes in the in-school suspension room, so that's something used to film in the room in which I have in-school suspension in, and they my phone before any security guards or teachers see it, because I'm gonna tell them I don't have my phone. So yeah, bye. Now it officially starts.
It's not that bad.
That's what. Is there appointment at 1? Can I still go to that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna schedule for next year. If my hemorrhoids kick in. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he decided to film his in-school suspension. Seriously, all he did was just sit there and film his in-school suspension, which was a bad idea. And now this is a follow-up. And now there was a follow-up thing. he got suspended again because he filmed his first in-school suspension, which the assistant principal told him that he wasn't allowed to do. That was insubordination. If you have in-school suspension for like 2 days, you got to sit in school suspension for 2 days. 5 days of in-school suspension, 5 days. You got to sit 5 days in that room. There is no excuse. If you miss your in-school suspension because you have a doctor's appointment or an eye doctor appointment, etc., you need to let them know beforehand. Say, tell your administrator that I will not be coming to in-school suspension because I have a meeting with this and that, or I have an eye doctor appointment. So let's hear what Jack has to say about what had happened.
Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, so I'm homesick right now. That's why my hair's all messed up. I woke up like an hour ago and I just got off the phone with my mom about 20 minutes ago and I've just been thinking this whole time. I didn't want to take out my camera at the time I was on the phone with my mom because I just wanted to have a serious one-on-one conversation with her because this whole thing is going way too far, guys, and now I'm suspended for 2 more days. So yeah, that's great, guys. And honestly, I don't know how many suspensions I'm allowed to get before like I'm not allowed to move on a grade or something. Like, I don't know if they can hold me back because of the suspensions. Like, I was talking to my mom about that. She doesn't know that either. And guys, I'm sorry, but I'm just genuinely really pissed off right now. I can't even explain myself, but I just don't want to sit through 2 more days of in-school suspension. And actually, she said the assistant principal spoke to my mom while she was at work, so I apologize to my mom for that, but it's probably really embarrassing for her, and I'm going to stop making these videos of me getting in-school suspension and stuff like that. Like, I'm not recording this in-school suspension this time, because I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want my mom getting in trouble either, even though she has nothing to do with it. Like, she doesn't know I'm filming them. She's my mom, and she's sort of responsible. I'm not really, it's me. I take full responsibility for all my actions, guys, but it's really going really far this time, guys, and I'm actually going to go in for the last 2 periods of school to talk to my assistant principal about this, because it's a big problem now, guys, and it's actually getting really serious, and I could get into a lot more trouble than just 2 days in school suspension. Like, it can go even farther than that, and then after that level, I get expelled, and I obviously don't want to get expelled, because that's just not good, guys, and yes.
So now it's
No longer on school property, so that means I can film now, guys, because I'm no longer on school property. So basically, I have in-school suspension for the next 2 days. That's what my assistant principal told me, and I'm not allowed to film anything on school property. If I do, the superintendent's gonna have to come. We're gonna have a meeting. I'll explain the rest to you guys at home because, yeah, I just don't want to be caught even seen filming anywhere near school property. To her for being the nicest human being on earth, but basically she likes me. She said I'm a very good kid, but obviously sometimes I can push it, and I know I do things like under pressure for like YouTube videos and stuff, and now I sort of regret doing it because now I have 2 days of in-school suspension. She said, but it's not her choice. She has to do it. It's like the administration, like she has to give me the in-school suspension, otherwise she wouldn't be doing her job, and she has to do her job. Obviously, it really stinks. Now I have to do 2 in-school suspensions, but I'm actually gonna skip one of them for a video. I'm gonna go to Florida and I'm gonna skip them and see what they do. So stay tuned for that video, guys. It's going to be a crazy video, and I am low-key excited to make that and not excited. Excited because I'm going to be skipping my in-school suspension, but not excited because I'm going to be getting in a lot of trouble for skipping it, and I'm probably going to get maybe even an extra in-school suspension for skipping it. So, yeah, this should be great, guys. Drop a like, comment, and share it with all your friends. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss that video. That video is going to be a banger, and a lot of stuff's going to go down in that video, guys. I'm going to tell you that. So, yeah, basically told my mom I only have 1 in-school suspension just to get her to think that I'm not going to be skipping an in-school suspension on Friday because I really want to go to Florida and play this live, and I don't know if she'll make me stay home and miss that just to go to my in-school suspension. So yeah, I'm not taking any chances. I'm lying to her. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm gonna tell her the truth on Friday. So yeah, love you, Mom. You're the best. But yeah, guys, this really stinks. In-school suspensions are so boring. I'm gonna throw in the clips of me tomorrow going into school and then leaving school for my in-school suspension, but I'm not allowed to record on the property, so I won't be able to record inside. I won't be able to record not even outside of school. I have to like record outside of school property, like once I step off school property. Otherwise, I'll get like 5 days of in-school suspension and then a meeting with the board to see if there should be any further like disciplinary actions taken or something like that. That's what the assistant principal said to me, guys, that next time if I record on school property or school ground, that the Board of Education is going to have to come with the administration, and we're going to have a meeting with like the head guy or whatever, and he's going to tell me my punishments. So yeah, I'm not trying to get that to happen, guys, so I'm just going to record myself tomorrow.
So he lives in New Jersey, and in the state of in some of their schools, like if you film on their school property and they say they found out about it, then they're gonna have a big meeting with the board, the superintendent, the big guy, the head guy, and then there's gonna be disciplinary action. So what that means is, if you were in my school and I caught you filming on this property, I tell you to turn it off, and you say no, then it's a big issue here. Then there's gonna be there's gonna be disciplinary action here, a big meeting with the board along with the parents and stuff, and that's just probably it. Because you can't be allowed to film on school property unless, it's your teacher has someone gives you permission or administrative permission. But that assistant principal that Jack told us about, she was nice. He's a good kid. Like Jack's a good kid, but sometimes he can push it. It wasn't her choice to do, but it was the administration. You can't just blame the administration. This is what the administration tells the principal, like, do not let students leave school grounds, period. And that's what the only reason why he got suspended was because of filming on school property, which is not allowed. I mean, you're not allowed to film on school property. The administration said, please do not allow students to film on school property, otherwise if that happened, we will have a big meeting. Meeting with the Board of Education, the superintendent, everyone. If I skip my in-school suspension, my mom found out about this, then she would take all my stuff away. Seriously though, don't get an in-school suspension, don't skip your in-school suspension, and if you have a doctor's appointment but you can't make your in-school suspension, you need to ask if you can make up a day. If they say yes, you can make up a day, then you gotta make up a day. Period. There's just really no excuse. We'll be right back. We talked about the song because we talked about it like back in 2017. I want to focus more. 2 years ago, I want to focus more on this topic again. It's all about the school bus. I mean, we let our kids ride the school bus because they need transportation. We pay our taxes to let our kids ride the bus. It's because we have a free education. We have free education, meaning a free public school. And our tax dollars help pay for kids to ride the bus because they need transportation. But just remember one thing. Riding the bus is a privilege, not a right. Y'all might be thinking like, I don't think it's a right because our tax dollars pay for it. Well, yeah, of course our tax dollars pay for it, but there are things you can't do on the bus. What do you mean? Like you're not allowed to use your phone, you're not allowed to take pictures, you're not allowed to spit out the window? Play music too loud on the phone? Play music too loud on the bus? Use profanity? I mean, there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about this. I want to go to this video where OK Games where this teen flips out on the school bus driver. I'm not going to play this video because it has a lot of profanity in it. This guy named Matt Yates started when he was giving his friend a hug who was having a down day, but it was blown way out of proportion. This kid has started the whole thing where we caught him in the bus driver every day as we get off. I'm not sure what happened as it got on certain sides. Most of us sided with the kid, mainly because the whole thing was taken a bit too far. He didn't start getting until she stopped the bus and forced us to wait for whoever she called for backup. New bus driver now, no other information was given out. It says in the video there's profanity in it. I'm not doing it because of YouTube. Because of YouTube purposes.
Ridiculous. Grow up, Rhonda.
Seriously, all he did was just hug his friends.
From my fucking bullshit. M-A-T-T space Y-A-T-E-S. Shut your fuck. Off the record to say we could all be home right now, but Rhonda had to stop the bus because I sat with another student.
Yeah, we all be home right now. If you haven't sit next to the student, sit in your own seat. You sit on the, you go on the bus. You sit in your assigned seat. You buckle up. You sit down. You don't get up from the. You don't get up unless the bus stops at the school or at your house. The bus driver's job is to take you from point A, B, and C. Point A is to your house. Point B is to your school. Point C is your school, and D is your home. A, B, C, D. Perfect.
For the record, just by the way, we could all be home. But
Yes,
me.
Mr. Yates, we all could be home right now if you had moved out there.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Using profanity on the school bus driver. That could have. I mean, seriously, why would you have to stop in the middle of the bus? Why can't you just take him back to the school? Have security call him, take him back to the school, have him sit next to the dean's office, and they call his parents, and they were like, "What happened?" He's like, "Tell me what happened, Matt." He's like, "I was sitting next to a student, giving her a hug, and then she stopped."
I am sick of your shit. It has been constant since I've been on this bus. You have targeted me for the stupid toss we can't sit together. You want to explain why? No reason why. Bullshit, fuck. Hey, how much bullshit you're home. But instead you make it difficult by complaining about everything. Everything. All the other bus drivers
Young
have.
man, nobody else on this bus needs to be tormented by your language or what
No one's being torn on this bus besides you, because you have a problem with everything. No other bus driver has cared.
apologize to everyone else.
How about you apologize for being a bitch?
Probably towards the end of this video, and all he did was just sit next to a student, and then they got way out of proportion. Next time you see something like that happen, just drive them back to the school. And then have someone from security come in and talk to the parents and say, what happened? Say, hey, what happened? Just go talk to the administrator. Say what happened. Just like this kid. This bus driver did the right thing. But just according to the description, I mean, all he did was just play music, which it's not allowed. I agree with that, because it's a distraction to the bus driver. I agree with that. bus driver was playing music. Some kids in the back were singing along to the music, and she got a little mad. They were singing. She asked the kids to stop, caught confused, and she had a little shook, but they didn't stop singing because, I mean, it's the end of the year. We're all pretty hyped and happy. So she turned off the radio. I believe the kids were mad at this point. One of them took his phone out. The kid yelling in the video was the bus driver. He started playing music loud for everyone to hear because, of course, the bus driver turned it off. So then a minute later, the bus driver says to turn off his phone completely or put headphones in. So he turned his phone down, almost completely silent to the point where she can't ever even hear it. Not down, completely, or headphones in. When the ladies, I have work to go to. Before that, I mean, so probably towards this video, I mean, all he did was just play his music, which is not allowed. I agree. But then he was being insubordinate, and then this kid decided to use profanity, saying, F this school, F your job, F your job, F everyone. And then he makes a good point, like, riding the bus is a privilege. Yes, it is. It can be up to the bus driver to determine whether you can ride the bus or not. Because if you do something not supposed to, then you don't get to ride the bus. The reason for that is because if you don't, if you have 3 days off the bus, like if you lose your bus privileges. First offense, you have 3 days off the bus, 5 days off the bus. Second offense, the third offense, you just lose your bus privileges. Meaning you can never ride the bus again. So the bottom line is for this kid, he should have just listened to this bus driver, but instead he was being insubordinate and using profanity. Which it's not allowed. We can do more videos about this, but like we're like out of time here, but I'll see you next time for a new edition of Give Me a Break. Until next time, America.